Hello! Today we will create a backup for VMware vCenter virtual machines using AhsayOBM. Let's go to my screen and get started. Open AhsayOBM on your computer. Log in using your credentials. Click the Backup Sets tile. Click the plus icon to create a new backup set. Input the name of your backup set. And select VMware Backup as your backup set type. Select VMware vCenter as the version. Enter the VMware host and access information. Type the username and password of the administrator account, then enter the host name of your vCenter server. Leave the default setting for the port, which is 443. Click Next to verify the connection with the vCenter server. After establishing a connection with the vCenter server, tick the box of the settings, virtual drives, or virtual machines that you wish to backup. For this example, I'm going to select 3 virtual machines to backup. Click Next to proceed. Create an automatic backup schedule. The default setting is a daily backup schedule set to 8 p.m. and the retention policy will run immediately after the backup job. As we will be talking about retention policy later on, the best practice is to have the Run Retention Policy After Backup setting enabled. Click the backup schedule and tick the box. With this setting turned on, AhsayOBM will permanently delete files and folders in the retention area that have exceeded the retention period to better manage the backup storage quota. Click Next to proceed. Leave the backup mode on sequential as our example for today is only one storage destination. However, if you have more than one storage destination, it is recommended to set the backup mode to concurrent. For example, if you want to back up your virtual machines to the Ahsay drive and a local drive. Click on the plus icon to add a storage destination. The Run Direct setting is turned on by default. If this setting is turned on, the only option for the destination storage is local map network or removable drive. For this example, we will turn it off so that we can select Ahsay drive as our destination storage. Click OK, then Next to proceed. Use the default setting for granular restore and leave it off for now. If this setting is turned on, both compression and encryption for the backup set are disabled. Let's leave it off so we can encrypt our backup. Click Next to proceed. Use the default settings for encryption and click Next to continue. Copy the encryption key and keep it in a safe place. Click Confirm to proceed. The backup set has been created. You can click Backup now to start a backup job, or click Close to exit and your files will be automatically backed up later, as we already set a schedule earlier. Let's click Close and view the other settings available to us. Click the Backup Sets tile to view the backup set that we just created. Click the newly created backup set to view additional settings. Click the Show Advanced Settings to show more settings available for the backup set. Select Others and we'll discuss some of the settings here. By default, Change Block Tracking or CBT is enabled. CBT is a VM kernel feature that keeps track of the storage blocks of virtual machines as they change over time. With this feature turned on, the performance of full and incremental backups is much faster. The amount of data backed up is also relatively smaller. The used data size of the guest VM is backed up instead of the provisioned size, so the storage cost of these backups will be less. For the temporary directory, The VM backup set is set to a local volume by default and not a network volume. The temp folder is the default location where AhsayOBM temporarily stores the backup set index files and temporary restore files. The best practice is to set the temporary directory to another local drive for optimal backup and restore performance. Enable the remove temporary files after backup to effectively manage the free space on the drive. It should not be located on the same partition as the operating system because if that drive fills up, it could cause the backup machine to crash, preventing your backup from running or completing. It shouldn't also be set to a network drive as it could affect both backup and restore performance. Click Change and select a different drive. I will select Drive E to store the temporary files. Next, click on the duplication. The duplication is enabled by default, and when it is turned on, it removes redundant data blocks. The default settings are the optimal settings for the duplication and result in up to 90% less data for virtual machine backups. It saves more storage space, saves cost, reduces network bandwidth usage, and faster backups. Next is retention policy. When a backup job is performed, previously backed up files or folders that are subsequently modified or deleted on a computer is moved to the retention area, where they can still be restored. The retention policy dictates how long these files or folders are stored before they are permanently removed. There are two retention policy options available. Simple, which is the default setting, where the retained files are removed after a specified number of days or backup jobs. Increasing the duration increases the likelihood of recovering older versions of deleted or modified files or folders at the expense of increased storage usage and cost. A more flexible policy which can be used to maximize the scope of your data recovery while minimizing storage usage and cost. You can set it to daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, or a custom setting. Let's go back to the main menu of AhsayOBM. Click the backup tile to manually run a backup job. Select the backup set that we just created. Select the backup set type. Full backup captures all the data that you want to protect. Ahsay will run a full backup when you run a backup job for the first time. An incremental backup captures only the changes made compared with the last uploaded file. Click the Show Advanced option. If your backup set is set up with more than one storage destination, you can modify the destination where the data will be backed up. By default, all storage destinations are selected. Enable the Run Retention Policy after backup setting to permanently delete the files or folders in the retention area which have exceeded the retention period to better manage backup storage quota. Click Backup to start the backup job and wait for the backup to finish. After completing the backup job, you may view the report by either clicking the magnifying glass icon beside the progress bar or via the web console. To view the statistics summary on the web console, open your web browser and go to the URL of your backup server. Log in using your credentials. After logging in, click the user tile, then click Statistics and Summary. You can see on the furthest right column under the dupe saving, the original size of the virtual machines is 187.36 gigabytes And after they are backed up, the backup data has significantly been reduced to 6.57 gigabytes. This result was achieved through the duplication and compression of the backup data. Having the duplication turned on helped to achieve a 91.8% reduction of the original data size, which in turn increased our storage cost savings. And that's how you create a backup for VMware vCenter virtual machines on AhsayOBM. With Ahsay, your data is fully protected, armed with the latest technology like immutable backups, where your backup data will never be encrypted, deleted, or modified for total protection against hackers and ransomware. Strong AES 256-bit data encryption ensures that your data is encrypted during transit and when your data is stored, to prevent anyone from reading your data without your permission. Two-factor authentication, to prevent anyone from accessing your data without your permission. Multi-destination backups, to store your backup data in more than one storage destination and across many geographical regions for maximum protection against fire, natural disasters, or conflicts. And data deduplication, a feature that removes duplicate copies of data that helps you save up to 90% of storage space, with significant savings on your data storage cost, as well as much faster backups. That's why you should choose Ahsay. Your data is safe with us.